It's a bit of a story actually. So I was in OCS. I think it was a 9-month course. So I've been in the course for 8 months.
Okay.
So just 1 month before actually commissioning to become an officer, I kind of suffered like a shoulder injury.
Right.
So when I suffered that injury, basically they told me, sorry, it's not cool. You can't be like an officer, even though you're doing this stuff for 8 months. You have to be, you need to get an office job. So I became sort of a clerk, right? And then when I was a clerk, it was a 9 to 5 sort of thing. The whole perspective changed, right? Because initially when I came in, I was like, hey, make the best of it, become an officer, learn all those skills.
Right.
But my whole thing, my whole life changed. I was no longer going to be a commander. Then I think it almost became like up to me to make the most out of my time, right? And then I thought, hey, everyone before NS, they want to find out more, but there's very little information.
Yeah.
There is information on the MINDEF website, right? But I think people generally want to hear from others
who have actually been through it.
Who've actually been through it, who don't necessarily have a vested interest in showing it in a certain way.
Yeah.
So I started researching. I realized that there were no books that sort of did that.
Right.
There was this one book, obscure book, which I don't think it's in public circulation. It was in the National Library. But
what was it called?
I can't remember what it was called.
Okay,
but
so
it
that's
was
how
all
obscure
words.
it is.
Super obscure. All words, right? And I was like, hey, nowadays people like us, we have very, our attention span isn't the greatest, right? If you look at how social media has sort of shaped our psychology,
Yeah.
then I was like, hey, there's really a chance to do something interesting here. Create like a genuine experience of NS and also show it through these comics. So we managed to find like a illustrator who used to illustrate for the Straits Times. I just pitched the idea to him, and then me and my co-author, we just got that out. And I think, and during that process, right, it's a military book, so you need approval from military authorities and stuff, right? So at first I was like, hey, this book is never going to take off. We're saying all these funny things about NS. The government is definitely not going to be happy.
Yeah.
But as it turned out, we managed to pull it off. And that's when I really realized like, hey, ideas, we can make it happen. Even though we were just like these corporals, we were speaking to like these majors and lieutenant colonels to get like approval.
Right.
So I think that was probably the biggest impact.